I've never met Mike McGee. I've never heard of this company that he owns in near Chicago. I never saw the cars and related it to Mike as being the owner. I have no idea who you are, Mike. You've got absolutely zero idea who I am. I don't care what the officer, what the sheriff's deputy said to you on the phone. Doesn't make a difference to me. What matters is what you said and what you said about me. That you made it factual that I derailed a train once and that I filmed it. You said some other things that I still can't wrap my arms around and figure out why or what you were thinking when you said those things. I'm shocked, disappointed, mad, really. Everybody's like, sue, sue, sue. Well, the fact is we have a prosecuting attorney in this town who just doesn't do her job. I don't respect her, and she knows that. Just like the time somebody came to my house at 11 o'clock at night on video and tried to get into my house to attack me, she told me there was not enough evidence to prosecute in that case. She doesn't have a spine, I feel, and I'm allowed to say that. Anyway, she's not going to follow through on me trying to go against a police report. I do feel like I should at least reach out to the Sheriff's Department. I don't know if I should file a report. I'm going to ask some advice from some local law enforcement that I know about this. Because in the police report it talks about how this deputy sheriff reached out to the railroad just to inform them about what Mike alleged and said about me. And the railroad in turn said they were turning my name over to the TSA. Now that really irks me that again the railroad would turn me in to the TSA on allegations made by a subcontractor with absolutely zero proof of what he said. Everybody's like, maintain a level head. Careful what you say. I've been sued twice because of posts on Facebook, so I am very, very careful about what I say. And therefore, I'm not going to say a whole lot more. I'm going to let you watch this video. And I'm going to let you make the decision for yourself about what you see, because I honestly, I still can't understand it. So trust me, you're going to probably watch it a few times because I had to, and I'm probably going to watch it a few more times. So anyway, here we go.
Sheriff's Office, Dispatcher to Clark.
Hi, how are you today?
I'm great. How can I help you?
Good. I have a question. There's a resident in your township that I believe that he's planning on trying to deface the railroad to cause a derailment, to remove a piece of track. And he had a conflict today with one of the locomotive drivers where the people were working and he's just the general public, and this guy's right in their face. He lives in Kingsford Township. So could I talk to someone about this?
Sure. Where do you live?
I live in Chicago.
You live in Chicago.
Yep, but I work up in Escanaba with the railroad. I have projects through there. And I heard about this again today with this same person. And I'd like the sheriff to go talk to him and say, ask him what's his intentions and what's on his mind.
Let me ask my partner who you want to talk to. Hold on, okay?
Yeah.
I'm going to take your information and have an officer call you.
Sure. My name is Mike McGee, M-C-G-E-E. And my number is 630.
And who is the person that's doing this?
His name is Jason Asselin, I believe his name is. Asselin. He lives in Kingsford.
408 Kingsford, I'm clear.
Brighton Township, though?
And what I'd like to do is file either a complaint or a restraining order against him that he can't, get within so many feet of the railroad. I don't need any of my railroad cars coming off the track. I don't need your town evacuated because he derailed a tank car with some chemical in it. I mean, this guy's a nutcase. And he's been doing this for a long time, but there's a lot of chatter online right now. And there's a lot of, him getting in the faces of these drivers and stuff and distracted them. And, you don't need an accident in your town because one person who doesn't work for the railroad is in the faces of these guys and trespassing. And they need to stop him. They need to go to his house and tell him to stay away from the railroad. That's all they need to tell him, or they're going to arrest him.
Okay, hold on one second. Sheriff's Office, Dispatcher Clark.
Hey, it's me.
Hey, I have a Mike McGee. He's actually on the other line filing. He wants to file a complaint against a Jason Allison. He is from Brighton Township. He has been confronting the locomotive operators and threatening them. He says he's going to take out one of the tracks so that there is a derailment, and he is afraid for the safety of the people of Brighton Township and for his locomotive operators.
Is he still on the line?
Yes.
If you would, send him through to my cell.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Claiming online, big event's about to happen. And, that just based upon the track, something big's going to derail and whatever. And I believe about a year ago, when there was a derailment at Kingsford, that he took a section of the track out, and he was filming it from his kitchen window. And then the car slipped off the track. And he's like, I can't believe this happened. It's such a big thing, And he's bragging the same way again. You don't need a derailment in your town.
Right,
You don't need a chemical spill. And you don't need this guy trespassing on the property and getting in the face of the drivers.
Right.
And I had two people from the railroad call me today and say, could you help us with this somehow?
So I'm going to break in right here, and I'm going to let you watch the video in question that I took that day. I don't think Mike realizes I've filmed that interaction with the railroad employee in his pickup truck on the railroad tracks. The locomotive you'll see in this video was not running. They were parked there and had been overnight. And the other person standing next to the railroad truck was Matt. So I don't know who these two individuals who called Mike were, but if these are the two he was talking about, one of them doesn't even work for the railroad. So here's this video, and then we'll go on with Mike's talk with his deputy. Whole bunch of vehicles. Huh. What do you think it is? Well, that's weird. Just kind of sitting there, huh? That's pretty unusual. Maybe they'll say something to these trespassers, huh? Somebody should tell these trespassers, eh? They're on the property. No? Okay. It's a weird one, huh? You okay?
We don't know who to call or to talk to.
Right.
So I think it's handled by, there's a professional arm of the sheriff's office that handles that township up there.
Right.
I think it's the sheriff,
Right.
But someone needs to go to this guy's house. He lives right by the scrapyard there.
Yes.
And tell him that he needs to cease and desist and stay off the property. And also ask him, is he planning on disrupting a section of track there by the scrapyard so he can film a derailment from his house?
Right. I mean, that in my opinion, that would be a terrorist act, but that's just my opinion.
The guy has already done it once. He posted on Facebook where he shot a derailment from his kitchen window. Okay? And he's not satisfied. He's not happy. He didn't get the result he wanted with the whole train flipping over and stuff.
Uh-huh.
And he's in the face of these drivers, and he's trespassing. This guy's a maniac.
Do you have any? Go ahead.
What's that?
I was going to ask if you had anybody in the area that could come check the tracks with me when I go down there.
Well, you can call Escanaba Lake Superior, the railroad office, and ask them, the operations group, if they can have one of their maintenance away guys check the track there, in Kingsford, and make sure it's okay.
Okay.
But I'm just worried that he posted online today about, he confronted the driver, and the driver had a blank stare, and he was accusing someone else of trespassing. Why is the general public in the face of a guy operating a moving train?
Right. Good question.
Why is the guy in the face of this? What business does he have on the property or away from the property disrupting these drivers and distracting them?
Right.
That's how these accidents occur. That's how Alameda occurred, and all this PTC came about because rail fans like him were texting the locomotive drivers, and then they had that head-on crash between BNSF and Union Pacific. Okay?
Right.
And now he's posting about, something big's about to happen. And I posted today on that website on Facebook, directly to him. I said, hey, game's over, pal. Just back the fuck off.
Right.
You're just out of control here with these guys. And he's like, whatever, dude, LOL. Well, I don't know him personally, but I do know that he's a problem. And he's not satisfied with this little bit of a wheel flipping off a rail. And now he's trespassing with the railroad guys. I talked to Troy today at the railroad. I talked to Teddy at the railroad today. I talked to Denny today. And he said he is just bold and in their faces now. Well, he's the general public.
Right.
You can do that. It'd be like me getting in the face of a sheriff's officer or a railroad employee or a public works guy. They can do that. They can't do that, can they?
Well, I mean, they can do it, but the railroad is different than like public works or a sheriff's office or a police officer. I mean, we're public officials, so it's a little different. I mean, railroad is not a public official. That's a privately owned company and they would have to be on private property. They would have to confront them. So, it's a little different. They can basically ask him to leave. So, I have Mike. You're not affiliated with a railroad, I'm guessing, correct?
No, I'm a contractor with the railroad.
Okay.
I'm a contractor, but I've been in a lot of these accidents and stuff, and I've seen it all. 4 of my cars were destroyed when that pound thing. Remember that pound thing went down?
Right.
4 of my cars were in that accident.
Oof.
I got a lot of cars with the E&LS.
Okay.
And I had cars over in the Kingsford area today, and they said that he was in the face of a locomotive driver.
Right.
Asking him why someone else was trespassing. Just, he doesn't work for the railroad.
Yeah,
my car's on this train. I don't.
Right. First of all, it's none of his business why somebody else was trespassing. If it's an issue, then you guys they need to call us, not. They're not gonna report it to him. I mean, I don't care if he's the press or not. He doesn't have the right to go on railroad property.
Here's what I think needs to happen. I think respectfully submitted. Someone needs to go over and talk to him.
Right.
Tell him that it's one thing to be a rail fan, but another thing to be a trespasser.
Right.
And he's now on notice that he's trespassing on these properties, and that and they don't need an accident with his distraction.
Right.
He needs to stay away. You want to take pictures of the train? Take them all day long.
Right.
Have at it. But don't engage the railroad guy.
Right. Let me get some information from you, Mike. I'm guessing it's Michael on your driver's license, right?
It's Michael J. McGee, M-C-G-E-E.
M-C-G-E-E. Is your middle name
G-E-E. Joseph.
Joseph.
Yep.
What's your date of birth?
And my license number is M200.
Don't need that.
All right.
Don't need it. What's your date?
And I live in
No. And what's a phone number for you, Mike?
630.
Who specifically do you work for?
I work for I own my own company called Rail Industry Specialist.
Industry.
The reporting marks on our railroad cars are RISX.
RISX. Okay, I've seen those when they've come down.
When you see those, the covered hopper cars all over the place, those are mine.
Oh, okay.
I own those.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Sounds good. I got a contact over at E&LS. I'll give him a shout too and make sure. Obviously, it's their property, so I want to make sure that they're good with me trespass warning.
He's just really being bold right now about something big's about to happen. Well, what big's about to happen, Jason? Tell us.
Right.
Tell us what's going to happen before it happens, and let yourself know to the sheriff's department so they can arrest you when it does happen.
Exactly.
I mean, it's just he's got this like really crazy quest for fame of some type by destroying something. And he filmed the derailment out his kitchen window. He built it up. Oh, something big's about to happen. Something big's about to happen. You guys ought to go over there and say, hey, we'd like to see the video you took out the kitchen window of the derailment that occurred in Kingsford.
Right.
We'd like to see the video last year you took.
Obviously, if there's something big going to happen and you have the sole video of it, I mean, to me that would mean that you're involved in it. So.
Right, but here's the thing. I don't need another Pound, Wisconsin to happen.
Right.
Okay?
I understand that.
I don't need like a Wisconsin Central chemical spill.
Right.
I don't need a derailment. We don't need this. We don't need this kind of stuff.
Right.
Okay?
I mean, that's not only
photographic enjoyment.
That not only costs the community a lot of money, but it's going to cost you a lot of money, and also Escanaba Lake Superior. So.
Right. And also this thing with the drivers, I think that their whole take on this thing is they need to stay clear of it because they're doing their job, and they don't want to get further distracted right now.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And life's hard enough. Life's hard enough without these people in your faces.
Yeah.
The general public's in your face.
Right.
On the property.
Especially doing that kind of stuff. You don't need that.
Do you know who he is?
Yeah, I've dealt with him before.
Is he a bad guy or a good guy?
Yes and no. He likes to stick his nose where it doesn't belong, and I've had to remove him from incidences before because he likes to jam his camera in people's faces. So.
Right.
So yeah.
Well, I think it's time for a visit, and I think it's time for the sheriff's department to ask him to see the video of the derailment that was shot out his kitchen window, and if he can't produce it, I'll help you produce it through Greg and the boys.
You guys.
And then ask him again, what the hell is this, and how did this happen out your kitchen window?
Right.
How is this? This is a miracle. This is a miracle that this derailment happened out your kitchen window with your, and then you post it on YouTube. Oh, look, the big thing happened. I predicted it was going to happen right out my window. And they actually did that, the fuck.
Weird how it happened if you weren't involved. I mean, imagine that.
Right. Exactly. Okay.
Sounds good. Thanks, Mike. I will. Like I said, I'll get a hold of Mike.
Hey, listen. I'm warning you guys. So I really think that based upon how bold he's being on Facebook and how other people called me today about this, that I think that he's up to no good here.
Right.
And he really needs to be. Someone needs to just talk to him and say, hey, we're watching your ass now.
Right.
And you need to stay away from the railroad track. Stay away.
Right. I hear you.
Right. All right, brother.
All right. Thanks, man.
Thanks.
Yep.
See ya.
Bye.
Yeah. I wish there was a recording of the conversation with the railroad. I can post a picture of the police report made, but it's not really gonna do you much good. Mike, I don't know what to say to you, buddy. Again, I'm posting this out publicly because it's public record. It happened in the commission of an investigation that Mike started. So I don't know the outcome of this. I don't know where this goes from here. I don't know what relationship Mike and this railroad will have after this. I know Mike dropped some names during this that I had to bleep out. In fact, I contacted one of the people that Mike name dropped just to let him know that I actually was bleeping him out, because I don't think, I know he doesn't have any video against me of derailing a train, so that's already been spoofed. So Mike, I'm sorry. I don't know where to go from here. I don't know any lawyers that are going to take this on. I don't have the money. Granted, I make money on YouTube. I'm telling you that. That's my only thing I do, but I don't make enough money to go hire a lawyer to go after a railroad company with probably lawyers, you know, ready to go after me. So I don't know. If you know a lawyer, if you are a lawyer, reach out to me. Otherwise, I'm not really sure. Thumbs up, subscribe, share, make a comment below, because I don't know, man. I mean, is this what I'm going to catch for filming trains? I don't know if it's